Can I move this? There we go. Instagram is letting you know we're going live. We're live on Facebook and Instagram and verifying right now. Guys, as you join in on Instagram, give us a shout out. Let us know you're here. If you've got any questions, today's call, we're going over some more Smith Fit Club.
We're live on Facebook. Did it.
Yay. All right. I'm going to try to keep up with that as well. All right. So today's call, as you guys have seen now, we're going to. What's up, Totes My Goats in the house?
That's an awesome name. Totes My Goats.
Totes My Goats. What's up, my friend? That was something for the laugh early. All right, so as you guys have seen, we're trying to go live consistently on Wednesday afternoons so that you guys can get a glimpse of what Smith Fit Club and Brian and Courtney have available. So as we get started here, guys, follow along here. We will cut this up and use it as content later, but we have something today that we're going to show you that Courtney has come up with. It's a health savings finder, because a lot of people that we talk to in insurance are looking for, how do I spend zero money, get all the benefits of insurance, or how do I come off the medicine I'm taking? Can I? Okay, cool. You're in the Totes My Goats is in the Grand Cayman Islands right now, getting ready for drinks and shopping. You might want to mix that up. Do the shopping before the drinks.
It's more of a sport if you do it the other way.
Made that mistake. Courtney's got a what'd you say?
It's more of a sport if you drink and then shop. Like a sport.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
So we need a timer. We need a result. We need an image of what's purchased and what's done.
Oh, that's so funny.
May God bless. All right. So Totes My Goats, wherever you are, I'm enjoying the lines. Okay. Joining us from the Cayman Islands today. You jump on here. If you're in the Cayman Islands shopping, jump on here. We'll bring you on the screen. All right. So the health savings finder. We've all heard the 15 minutes can save you 15%. Oh, Heather turns it into a sport for sure. Cheers, Heather.
Yes, Heather.
All right. So as you can see, we're easily entertained. We're going to have fun on these calls. And hopefully you guys get some value here and understand how to get value, because we've been doing insurance for several years. We're looking at, as Courtney has presented to me, it's time for a new book with the updates to all the government programs and things. So stay tuned for a new book by yours truly. Yes, I have written a book. It's available on Amazon. Health Insurance Guidebook for Small Business Owners, but now we work with more. So, all right. So the Health Savings Finder, the reason that this was created, it's a quiz. And in just a few minutes, you can know exactly how to lower your premiums. But sometimes when you lower your premiums, your out-of-pockets go up when you're with the ACA plans. Sometimes when you adjust this, it affects that. It's a table that you have to look at all the way across the board. Can you have an ACA plan and an indemnity plan? Can you have a private plan and a government plan? Can you put them all together so that you know that your premium is all you're going to need to pay? How long do they last? Those kind of things. But you guys don't need to understand all that, because you don't want an insurance license. You'd have one. And since we do, and we've been doing it this long, we have this. Well, I say we, as in me and the mouse in my pocket. Courtney has created the Health Savings Finder. So I'm going to cut over to her and let her bring you guys in as, there we go. So the Health Savings Finder, Courtney, give us a 30 seconds. What is it? Go.
It shows you where you spend money with your health insurance, whether it's your premium, the deductible, or prescription costs, because that's kind of the big three things that we look at when we are evaluating your health insurance. So it walks you through quizzes, and then it gives you a score at the end. It tells you, hey, ACA is the right plan for you, or You may save this much if you go to private plan, or if you use, the scores correctly, we could save you a ton of money, $3,000 to $5,000 a year on switching to the right medications and getting the right insurance in place and making sure we can eliminate that deductible. So it takes about 7 minutes to do the quiz and find your result and get all the information you need. That's from beginning to end, 7 minutes.
Right. And I'm in charge of the camera today, so if there's lag, God bless. All right, so I went through the quiz and I looked at it and answered it blindly as if I was a client that didn't understand what we know and we talk about on a daily basis. But here's the thing, a lot of people have businesses, they sell you things, they sell you products. What we provide are things you're already paying for at a better price. How many of you guys know the best way to buy medication? What websites do you go to search that medication? How many days have you studied, researched, and learned about the medication like Courtney did for years in school to understand what this word means versus that word, what this chemical does with this chemical? Is this repairing your body or is it a pain blocker? Is it blocking? Is it recovering?
Masking symptoms.
Masking symptoms. Okay. That's the fancy way to say what I was saying. Okay. Yeah. We'll let you do that part. But as we look at these things and we get into this health savings finder, if you're spending money on health insurance every month and you're spending money on medications, or you have free health insurance, but now every time you go to the doctor, it's costing you several $100s because you've got to meet this astronomical deductible. Is there something that I could pay this much for and take the deductible out? And is there another way to get this medicine? What if I didn't tell the pharmacist I had insurance? All those kind of questions could be answered in this health savings finder. So, Courtney, what's the most personal question you ask in the health savings finder? What's something that they need to be prepared to answer?
I just ask height and weight is probably the most intimate things. And it's not even a enter it, it's a pick a range. And right. Because, and I've said on a previous call, I think the members call, when you look at insurance across the board, it costs about $200 to $300 a year to hold on to about 10 pounds of being overweight. So if you're 10 pounds overweight, it costs you about $200 to $300 to maintain being 10 pounds overweight, and so on from there. And that's very evident in just us going through hundreds and hundreds of people's health insurance and reviewing. The heavier you are, the more expensive your plan is. So we can help reduce all that cost and help you lose weight, which one of the big things with Smith Fit Club, people want to drop those 10 pounds and put more money in their pocket.
More money
in their pocket. So that's probably the most intimate question I ask, but also I'm going to ask you kind of about your prescription drugs because there's ways to save on that, and peptides, which we're going to have tons of content coming out with that because it really is what you expect medicine to be. It actually heals. So comparing the cost of peptides versus the real medicine, show us what medicine you're on and we'll show you how much we can save you by switching to peptides. And we go from everything from, Ozempic, those type of medications, how we can switch you to a peptide and save people a ton of money. That's probably the biggest savings finder we can find. And then all the way down to people who are taking over-the-counter sleep aids. Like, how can we get you completely off over-the-counter sleep aids? And in, a 3 to 6 month protocol, get you sleeping naturally back on your own and just eliminating that cost and that need altogether, and just overall improvement, quality of life.
I'm jumping in here because real world example, because, guys, I don't understand the things she understands. And then she has people that she talks to in order to bring you the real information. So let's go back 6 months ago, 8 months ago. I was taking something as a sleep aid, right? Mm-hmm. And it was an over-the-counter, but was mellow. Yeah. What was it called?
It was a melatonin mixed with some magnesium.
Melatonin mixed with magnesium. And I thought, hey, if I take this, I'll sleep, everything will be good, right? Well, I can tell you that in the past 3 months, I've come off of every type of sleep aid. I've adjusted some things, got some things regulated, according to Courtney and John and some of our other advisors. And now I'm dreaming again. And if you know anything about sleep, you know that if you're dreaming, you are truly sleeping. You are resting, your body's recovering. Now, are my dreams what I want them to be? Sometimes I'm fighting, sometimes I'm doing this, sometimes I'm,
Yes, I
the
do.
dreams, we'll get into that with somebody else one day on a show. But for me, 46 years old, 6 months ago, I weighed 245.
Mhm.
Right now, I'm at 225 consistently, and I'm dreaming again. So just take that into consideration. 20 pounds down in approximately 3 months, and I'm dreaming again. Now, how many guys out there are dreaming? How many guys are actually sleeping through the night? So, Miko, why are you the only one watching? Because you're the only true fan. You're first. What? Nope. Don't know that you were first. We've got several, but hi, how
Yeah.
are you? Yeah, there's been several hundred on here, but that's cool. That's what I like to say too. I'm first. Are you kin to Ricky Bobby? If you ain't first, you're last. I don't know, but let's go back over here. Peptides and John Anderson. There's a lot of noise right now about peptides, Courtney. There's a lot of information we're seeing that you can get cut, you can get ripped, you can get in shape, you can get jacked, you can do all those things with peptides, but that's not for the everyday person.
Right.
What are some things everyday people can experience and benefit from the peptides? Just do that first for us.
Let's go with, I'm going to pick one, gut health. How many people are struggling with gut health? Are they on acid reflux medications and they have bloating, which makes them look bigger than they probably are? Just poor digestion in general is just, it takes time out of your schedule and it is exhausting because your body's working much harder than it needs to because it's not functioning the right way. And it can lead to allergy symptoms. So if you have acid reflux and need to take some type of medicine for allergies, well, we have a peptide that can solve both problems and get you off of both of those medications. And you would also be able to, that's the cool thing about peptides, like they're meant for you to come off of them as well. They're not, going to be chained to peptides unless you choose, because there are some peptides that make you, like almost like a Botox shot. It'll improve your skin. It'll help anti-aging. And those benefits that you want all the time, that would be your choice, which is really how people, I feel like, want their healthcare to work. Like they're actually in charge of what they're taking. So we just empower people to do that. We can get you off the stuff that's really just masking symptoms. Because like I just related, allergy symptoms actually start in your gut. So a lot of people are going to have both of those problems going on. So when you actually get to the root cause of what's harming your body and healing it from the inside, then, we get real results and, life transformations, and you're spending time going through the medication process. Why not spend time going through the healing process? It's going to take the same amount of time, same amount of effort. And in the long run, less money, where, you're trying to hit everybody. Yeah.
Yes, she did say less money, and you're actually feeling better, looking better, moving better, sleeping better, which allows you to recover better. We got any comments on that one? Are you watching that one?
Yeah, I'm watching it.
All right. So, okay, and it just clicked back over here, so we got a lag there, but I will keep up and stay on point. Guys, like I said, there's a lot of noise out there with peptides. There's a lot of companies that offer this and that. The first company that came to us and offered us a deal to be an affiliate with their peptide company, not that they're bad or anything different, it's just we couldn't get it validated. And when we asked to speak to the doctors and for Courtney to have a real conversation, we were told, hey, we worry about that part, you worry about you. Well, if I'm going to promote something, my brother and I had this conversation the other day, I cannot promote something I do not believe in. If you go back and watch our podcast, if you ever talk to me in person and I say something that's not true, Courtney, correct me if I'm here. Correct me here if I'm lying. I will stop and tell you the truth, even if it's not. I may say we left at 2:30 and we really left at 2:40, and I'll stop because I just, lies are not easy, right? I can't tell you that this works if it doesn't work. So if you go to John Anderson, JONANDERSEN, and go to his Instagram, you'll see clips from Peptide U. You'll see some other things. John was recommended to us by a guy that's like a brother to me. So why wouldn't we partner with people like us that are going to tell you the truth? I saw a clip the other day from one of the podcasts, and I still am involved in car sales and auctions, etc. But people that I sold cars to, I still talk to. Yes, used car salesman right here. Used car salesmen that have friends that have bought cars. Has every car deal turned out the way I wanted? No. And if you've been in business, you understand if everybody's happy that you've done business with, you probably hadn't done enough business, because there are people out there that Karen will never be happy, right? I passed one the other day, and she told me I was number one, and I prayed for her, and I said, God bless you, which really fired her up. So, Courtney, why did we partner? I didn't get to tell you that story, but she had her seat up. She was one of these driving. She was texting and kind of turned, and I'm like, meh, honked at her, hey, I'm here. Just don't hit me, because nobody wants to use their insurance unless it's health insurance. But that's a conversation for another time. No, I didn't want to use my insurance on my truck. So, Courtney, John Anderson, what is it about John? What does he do? Why does he stand out? And why did we join with him?
Well, it's a lot of same beliefs. The science behind peptides is rolling out. Like the results seem too good to be true, because the medication, there's just so much profit in medication and masking symptoms that actually create more problems that put you on more medication. So he understands where people get stuck in that trap of, lifelong attachments to dependency on over-the-counter medications, what that really does to people. Because he
was addicted to. Did you say that? The pain?
I forgot. Oh, the pain medicine.
Yeah,
that's right.
He was addicted to pain medication.
Yeah.
Yes. Literally.
Yes. And that's such a, it can be devastating. It's very devastating. Yeah, medication, the opioids, pain medicine, which never fix you. Which, we shared stories. Thank you. Yeah. But I had that story in your story, because last surgery I had, they just kept telling me, give me pain medicine. Months after the surgery, they just kept giving me pain medicine. And then, you had that injury, and they just gave you pain medicine.
Right.
And so with peptides actually would speed up recovery processes, and, the pain it may not eliminate the pain, but it's going to get you through it a lot quicker and back to moving the way you want to move, pain-free, a lot quicker, without the addiction. Like, peptides are not addicting. There's nothing addicting to them, unless you're just addicted to results, which you're great. That's kind of how we are. So people like John has been on that side, and then now he told a story about his shoulder and his hand would kind of go to sleep. And he's been a professional athlete in two pretty intense sports, so professional wrestling and strongman. He's put his body through the ringer. So just having some arm issues that he's able to, thought that it would never change or never be different. In just a few short weeks using peptides, he's able to, move that arm. And what was happening is happening so frequently, it's not even an issue anymore. Something that would happen 10 to 12 times a day are now happening twice a week, if that. So, So his personal experience and being an athlete in the background, and, he's jacked, but, that was his job for a long time, is to look like that, right?
Yeah, it's still his job to look like that, because that's what he does. But that's his intensity level. And some people look at the peptides and they say, well, am I going to be jacked? Am I going to be on the juice? We had a call with one of our Fit Club guys the other day, and he was like, I don't want to be as big as him. I said, bro, you will never be as big as him, because I'd say John's approximately 50 years old, and he's been picking up weights and putting them down for about 40 years. And this guy's almost 30, and he's still trying to figure out which end of the bar to hold. So you're not going to be as big as John regardless. Even if we did put you on something that was illegal, you wouldn't get that big. It's not possible. So please understand, guys, when we started this pursuit of the Health Savings Finder, because we're on the phone with people about insurance on a daily basis, and we're trying to figure out, okay, about this claim, and this is what you're concerned about, or, hey, I might have this in my family history, or I want to make sure that this is taken care of. And then they have all these concerns, but they really didn't either get the right plan because they didn't have the money or they didn't understand it. So now, over years of phone calls, we've put I did it yesterday at a car auction as I was not going to be bidding on a couple cars. I think it took me about 5 minutes to get the results. And it was really cool because then it showed me these are the percentages. This is what you're looking at. And then you're going to get an email with a PDF. And then you'll set up a call to go over the results with us. It's that simple. It's that simple. And if you go through the results and you don't want to set up a call with us, then good luck spending your money because you probably should have called us. And that's what I'm going to put that disclaimer out right now, because it would be like, let's go ahead and say it, me taking a calculus quiz right now and getting the results and saying, oh, I'll figure out the ones I missed. It's probably not going to happen. I'm going to need to get on the phone with an expert that has been doing this for years on top of years. And we got anybody else that's commenting on here? I'm sorry, I'm not keeping up. Let's see. Sorry if I'm missing anybody. Just hit us back again. I apologize. I'm trying to keep up with it. But all right, so you guys understand what the Health Savings Finder will do. It will be live on the link tree. It'll be live on the Smith Fit Club. It'll be live on therealbriansmith.vip. It'll be on the Facebook. It'll be on everything that we have. But the reason that we've offered this, and I'm going to kind of steal Courtney's thunder here, is because we've seen so many families that are just stuck, frustrated, and overwhelmed by cost. And, you know, if you buy health insurance and you're paying for health insurance, a lot of times we hear, well, I still had to pay when I went to the doctor. Well, did you? Did you have a $0 deductible, but the little sweetheart at the front desk is told to get $50 from everybody that walks in the door? That happens. I mean, we have a personal experience of us taking our Mr. Sendit Brooks to the ER. I'd say it's been a couple years now, but the lady said, hey, it's $60 for the visit. And I said, no, it's not. And she said, yes, sir. We're to get $60 from everybody that comes to the ER. And I said, no, ma'am, we're on a $0 deductible. We're going to submit this to the insurance and then we'll get it. She said, how did you know that? I said, because that's what we do. So I didn't pay them the $60. Over this weekend, I'm talking to a family member who went to an urgent care who said, why did I have to pay $60 when I went to urgent care? Because they asked for it and you paid it. Is that your copay or do you know? Do you have a copay? Do you have co-insurance that kicks in? We take care of all those things for you. We will set all that up for you. But we've just seen so many people confused, stuck, and frustrated that the Health Savings Finder will allow you to see what you really need. And then you can get on the phone with either myself or Courtney according to which route you need to go, because we also specialize in what we do so that, you know, she was a pitcher, I was a catcher. So we have our own job so that we can make it easy for you guys. But the mission comes first. All right. So back to more Fit Club, but that is 100% Fit Club that we're talking about right there. The quiz. When will the quiz be live, Courtney? When can we expect to get this sent out and at least posted along with this call, etc.?
Should be this afternoon. Today's Wednesday. It should be ready next 24 hours. I know there was a couple of back end work I wanted to do, but definitely before people start hearing all the commercials about open enrollment, all that.
Yeah. So September 1st was our goal, and we're ahead of schedule there. So like I said, we were supposed to have this live by September 1. It is August 27th, and I know that's only a few days, but talk to other business owners and see if they hit their deadlines. I bet they don't. So we will have this rolled out by September 1st. Health Savings Finder, you need to do it. Even if you think you're good, and if you think you need any help, even if you think, hey, let me just see what this is about. Yeah. Now, once you do that, we want you to set up a call. We do want to talk to you. We are not going to show up to your house, knocking on your door, trying to sell you a final expense. We've already done that in our lifetime in insurance. So I don't see any more questions or anything that we can hit here. Courtney, is there any stuff on Fit Club as far as the membership page? We've got the Facebook. Are we live in that Facebook or not? I don't ever know which one we're in, guys.
We're on your personal one.
We're on my personal one. Okay. So, guys, if you go back through, you can see the conversation that Courtney had with my mom here recently that goes into detail about Fit Club. We also have an event coming up For you people in the Florence area, we will be there September 5th at First Fridays. And shout out to my guy Bart Davis over there, the coolest restaurant owned by the coolest dude in Florence, Mr. Bart Davis. We will be parked. This studio will be in front of Flobama. I'd say we'll be there about 2 p.m. that Friday set up. I don't think they're going to allow us to have the studio open, but we will have some kiosk outside showing the shows and the conversations going on inside. Yes, I am looking at my bicep in there because I'm proud of it. So thanks, John. Thanks, Courtney. All right. So, Courtney, take us away. Wrap us up here.
All right. So, Health Savings Finder, do not purchase insurance or go through open enrollment season without just running through that quiz real quick. I'm going to teach you how much money you can save. It's super easy. I got it as green if there's money you can save, or red if you're in the right spot. So
that's what the colors meant.
Yeah, red means that you have probably a good plan. Yep. And even if you have an employee sponsored plan, we can, plug in deductibles and medications in there too and find money for you. And the peptide route, I mean, I don't know how much more convincing we can do on this call, but peptides.
Give us a quick overview of the one you're working on right now. That's a pretty big savings for that fellow.
Yeah. It's a single guy, early 60s, come off of, he's on one of the GLP or the semaglutide. Sorry, the semaglutides.
I still don't. That's something that holds things together. Just tell us the numbers, the money.
About, I think it was between $4,000 and $5,000, and that's on a single person. And usually I find that type of savings for a family when we reduce a family, but when you can get that's huge.
So you're
for a single person,
$4,500 for the year.
Yeah, he's going to save.
Right. So a car payment at $500 a month.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
Yeah, and he's a small business owner and overhead and everything else. So putting, that money back into just your pocket or your business, investing back into your business, like that's a huge deal for him. And that's a combination of private insurance coming off of the expensive medications, going on to peptides and getting him the results, because he's real concerned about muscle loss. Mm-hmm. He lost a lot of muscle when he lost a lot of that weight, and now he's exhausted and he doesn't like the way he feels. So that's something that we can handle and set him up with the right insurance and, make sure he's getting what he needs.
Just to make my point of what I said earlier about telling the truth, guys, I just said $4,500 was $500 a month. That was a car payment. Actually, it's a little less than $400 a month, because 4 times 12 would be 48. So I do apologize, but when it comes to do with math, I'm not as quick there. So look, guys, $400 a month is coming off of this guy's expected bills going on, and he's going to get to maintain the muscle that he has with the ability to now increase the muscle, because the guy lost a lot of weight, right? And he's coming off of some stuff, and he's trying to maintain what he has, because I'm talking to the guys out there again. Once you get that late 40s, 50s, you start losing muscle. It's not like when you were 25, 35 and you could just go do some push-ups and it jumps right back on you. It's a little different. And having partners that are in their 50s and clients in their 60s that we're helping, just think how easy it's going to be for you young bucks who think you got forever to figure this stuff out. We'll stay ahead of everything, because most of our insurance plans are locked in. Once they lock that premium in, it's locked in until your 65th birthday. Mm-hmm. But side note, for you people approaching that, we are going to have Medicare options available for you this year. So private insurance, ACA, Medicare, all of the above, combinations, whatever you need. You're going to get that information and what you need to take, how you need to take it, how you need to go about getting it. And the last thing I want to say on here is, when you go to buy medications, there will be other options for you to get those medications, whether it's on a website, whether it's cash pay, whether it's different things. But how would you know how to get to that? The Health Savings Finder. If I've said it one time, I'm going to say it 1,000 times. You need to take 5 minutes, go through this. It will be live this afternoon. And I'm going to let Courtney sign off and wrap this call up.
All right. So thank you so much for listening in with the Smith Fit Club. And I know we talked a lot about health insurance, but There's not a lot of personal trainers and coaches out there that can actually save you money with, they're all trying to get you to spend money. So we wanted to package that together. We can save you the money. We can help you, spend it in the right places because you're spending it on your health anyway, but let's invest it in your health so your health is improving and not just maintaining or declining. So that's what we do here, Smith Fit Club.
Totes my goats, I'm waiting on my picture of Heather sprinting around the Cayman Islands with a little fruity drink in the hand. God bless you guys, and remember, faith, family, fitness, and finance will take care of itself. Stay focused on things above, and may God bless each of you.